Hey everyone, this is Kevin Richards from RPN Vocal Studio and Rock the Stage NYC here on YouTube with a direct to upload on YouTube quick vocal video tip. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to answer questions that I get a lot with one particular video. I hope I can do this. And that is, basically I get people ask me a lot, like, well, when I'm singing from this note to that note, this is what happens. What am I doing wrong? And when I sing from this note to that note, I feel this, or it sounds like that. What can I do to correct this? Well, the problem is that I can't honestly answer a question like that unless I actually hear what it is you're doing, because there are several possibilities of what you could be doing incorrectly. You could be under-supporting the sound. You could be singing with way too much weight. You could be trying to sing a note that should be more lifted towards the head. You'd be still trying to sing that down here in your throat. So there's really no real way to answer those questions accurately and give you an honest answer without hearing what you're doing. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to show you what it should sound like singing from the C below middle C to the C above middle C, the basic generic range of most male singing voices, where they'll be doing most of their singing. So I'm going to give you kind of an idea of what it should sound like as you sing through those resonance blends. And I'm going to sing them pretty much on, if you take a look at I have another video here called Mixed Voice 3 Different Ways. The link will appear in a second. There it is. And I talk about the 3 different types of vocal fold focus, which is how much thickness the vocal cords are coming together. And I use the kind of sign language of this being light chord connection, medium chord connection, and kind of heavy chord connection. The heavy chord connection is when you do big belty sounds. Medium is where most singing is done, and then the light stuff is for the lighter, headier kind of head voice stuff. Most singing kind of happens between these two. So I'm going to give the demonstration starting in the second configuration and going to the third for the high C. I'm going to start in the bottom down here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to try to do anything. I'm just going to basically sing from here to there over 2 octaves in one exercise up and down, where I'm just going to kind of let it happen. So you can kind of hear what it should sound like in a natural way, where I'm not trying to force notes into different places and things like that. I'm going to use the vocal sound of aw, like in the word dawn, A-W, or the periodic table symbol for gold, A-U. Okay. There is my voice went through 2 major resonance blends, and that was from throat, commonly referred to as chest register, throat resonance to mouth resonance to head resonance, which is basically sinus, because it's going through the 3 areas of your pharynx, which is the laryngopharynx, which is down here, which is basically your throat, the oropharynx, which is the part of the pharynx in the back of the mouth, and then the nasopharynx, which is really the back end of your sinus cavity, or where the soft palate is, the back of the roof of your mouth. I allow the sound to go from here to there and back down. Now that's just in a nice, normal, balanced voice from one thing to the other. This is not a rock or metal thing where I'm going to be a lot heavier on my G and my A and stuff for belting, which would be more in the 2 to 3 configuration. I'm basically doing 1 to 2 here. 2 to 1 actually. And I come on that. The resonance is going from here to there to back. I'm not an advocate or a believer in a kind of resonant placement or placements of like, well, I'm going to sing one note here and then I'm going to try to put the sound up there and It's more about forward, back, and basically allowing the sound to come forward, which is very in the nasal cavity. It feels forward, but it's really back here. Which is down here. Resonance shift. Now that's how it should sound. Now, if you don't sound like that as you go past middle C, you're not allowing the sound to go from your throat into your mouth. And to go from the C to the G here. That. So before you go asking a ton of questions here on YouTube and having me give you the really bad answer of I can't answer that unless I hear you, try this exercise to gauge what you're doing. Maybe you can kind of correct the problem yourself. That's how those 2 octaves should sound. Till next time, this is Kevin Richards from Rock the Stage NYC here on YouTube and rpmvocalstudio.com. See ya.